เหนียวโดนดูนี้ติดการนะครับจะใช้บวกอีกหมัดหน้าของเราได้ทำงานมาตั้งแต่ยกที่1มาจนกระทั่งวันมาถึงยกนี้ยก7ทำงานได้ตลอดโอ้โหยิงขวาเข้าพุงไม่หล่นไม่ลงนะครับทางโคโดวาชายย้ำอีกเลือกเลยนะครับเลือกเลยปิดออกไม่ได้เลยนะครับโคโดวาน็อกทางโคโดวาได้นะครับแบบเทคนิคน็อกเอาท์ในยกที่8เพราะว่าหมดยก7ไป
So there's that same step over. So you can just see it again. And so here he's going to reintroduce, it's literally the same footage, but he's going to show to pull that arm back. So what that means is that when I'm throwing my right, I'm not rotating my left shoulder back. And so he's going to isolate just left side punches. So it's the uppercut and then the hook. And see how I didn't come back in the same position that I did for the first one? So you have to rotate for each one. He's like, there's power on that one because you came back. But then I don't come back for the hook. See how I do it for the uppercut but not the hook? So he's like, you basically keep your arm in one position, and then the shoulder coming back dictates whether it's going to be going up or going over. You just make a slight change in the arm position, but the arm is all one piece. So he's like, each one of them is good, but when you do them in succession, I don't come back between. See how clean and even it is for him on each of them? There, he didn't come back. He's like, what are you doing? So I've had Muay Thai trainers tell me that I don't bring my knee back between knees. And so the first one's okay, and then the second one is nothing. And because I'm not bringing it back with that swing, I end up just leaning over to the left to balance myself. So he's recalibrating that. And you can see there's power on each one if you come back with a swing in between. See how smooth he switches? It's very natural. It's not like a wind-up. It's just his body rotating. And then look at his knees and his feet. See how his weight is all on that right leg when he finishes that hook? His like knee, hip, and shoulder are all one line. So when I'm watching myself to see on video what I'm doing wrong, I'm looking at my right side as I start to see whether or not I'm leaning forward too much. And I can see it just like in the line between my knee, hip, and shoulder. So there I leaned over to the left too much. There was a little bit better. So as I come up for that uppercut, my weight should be coming over onto my right foot more. I do it on my hook, but I think that the reason I don't do it on the uppercut is because I'm anticipating the hook, and so I don't finish out on it. But that's, again, what he's saying is you have to like go through the same motion for each one by coming back with that shoulder. So there's that step over that helps me transfer my weight better, like actually doing the step. See how he does that little step with his right foot? It's like a little, like stomping. And here he's doing like a little tap with his right foot before throwing the left side. It's like a little dance step. I don't figure that out as he's showing it to me. But it helps him transfer his weight back and forth in this really smooth, kind of light, easy way. Watch his feet. So right foot, left foot, but the weight is on the opposite side. So I'm leaning with my head forward in order to bring that shoulder back. You don't have to do that. His stays really in the center. But I can feel the power coming without using more energy. And there, I'm understanding the weight transfer, feeling the like left to right. It's like swaying. It's like if you think of like an ice skater, how they like push off and have all their weight on one side and then push off and have it on the other side, or like a speed skater or something. That's what you're doing. He's like, does it feel more powerful? And I was like, yeah, it feels easier. He's showing how the movement of the shoulder and the weight coming over to the other foot helps with the power. Like that's what's generating it. But look at how his head doesn't come forward. His weight stays really even in the middle. It just transfers from foot to foot. So he's watching for balance. Those sounds when he's approving of something, that's seeing how straight and balanced I am. And he wants me to kind of be patting my feet a little bit. And so I'm not quite tapping my foot, but if you look at my right foot, it is kind of gesturing towards the weight coming off of it as I go onto that front foot. So here, we're going back to the jab. Look at him. Look at his right side.
Turn your foot.
At his full extension, everything is completely straight on his right foot, knee, hip, shoulder. Look at that jab. And then see how his front foot twists? And see how I'm coming forward? If you look at my foot, knee, hip, shoulder, it all leans forward. It's like a broken line. Not that. Not that. See how he keeps his hand on his mouth like that? That's like the way he feels that movement is kind of pivoting around this target. Not that. I couldn't feel it. So he's saying you don't lean forward, you step forward. If you want to move forward, you bring all your weight as one line forward rather than leaning. Leaning is off balance. And I'm not turning my foot on that jab the way that he is. I think if I turned it the way that he is, I would be forced to put my weight on my back foot. So the reason it's not turning is because I have too much weight coming forward. And that's why my left shoulder tips out to the left. He's making fun of me for it again.
Shift your weight to the right.
So there I'm still leaning forward, but I'm getting a little bit more even in the center. Like I should be leaning to the right a little bit. And I'm looking at myself in the mirror looking forward, but now I'm looking at myself from the camera at this angle. If I had turned to look at myself in the mirror the way I'm seeing myself now, I would have seen that lean. But I can't see it looking straight at myself. So if you're going to be looking in the mirror, change your angles to see what you're doing. You'll see him when he shows me something. Sometimes he turns sideways. So he's saying that that's what my right looks like because I'm not bringing my shoulder back. See how much longer that is? Now he's going to make these little adjustments. See how he's showing how the left shoulder is going up? Like I'm kind of scrunching my left shoulder up, and so my right cross is low. The shoulders should be even. Like if you had like a broom handle going all the way across, it should stay even. He's like, it's like throwing darts, just straight. See how my weight's kind of shifting forward, but I'm starting to keep my knee and my shoulder at the same level a little bit. Not like that. Look at his right leg. He even sinks down a little bit. His left knee bends as he throws that. Mine does not. I think that's why in the first hour when I threw the body cross, he was happier with that one, is because my front knee bends in order to get low like that, and so the form is actually better. I should be bending that front knee a little bit. And then because I'm scrunching my left shoulder up, my right shoulder is dropped, but it should actually be hitting my chin. It should be same level. See how he's calibrating? Like looking down a pool cue or something? That's how you should be looking at your own form. Like if your shoulders are even. So that's a super simplified version of this movement. See how it just comes straight out? See how he doesn't lean and I lean forward? So the weight transfers to your front foot, but you're not leaning. You're actually just bringing your whole body like a stick figure forward. And then here he's showing how it speeds up on the end.